Absolutely no one talks about this. But did you know that loneliness can actually be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day? Not overeating, not lack of exercise, just being alone. And yet, here's the strange part. Many people who are alone are not necessarily unhappy. In fact, some discover a deep, peaceful kind of joy they never felt when surrounded by others. So how does that work? How can you still feel truly happy, even without close friends or constant social interaction, especially as you get older? If you're over 60 and finding that friendships have faded, people have moved away, or life just looks a little quieter than it used to, you're not alone. A lot of people experience this, and it's not your fault. Life changes, people change, and so does what we need to feel fulfilled. The good news is that happiness doesn't depend on how many people are around you. It depends on how you see your life, how you choose to respond to it. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 powerful mindset shifts that can help you stay happy and fulfilled, even without a lot of friends around. And trust me, these aren't abstract ideas. They're simple changes in how you think and feel, and they can make a real difference starting today. So let's begin with the first shift. It's probably the most important one, and that is this. Stop waiting for other people to make you feel loved. I know it sounds a bit harsh at first, but hear me out. When we're young, we get so used to people being around, family, friends, co-workers, constantly giving us attention, asking us how we're doing, inviting us to things. It's natural to expect that kind of connection will always be there. But as time passes, people get busy, or they move on, or sometimes they're just no longer here. And if we keep waiting for someone else to come along and give us the love we crave, we end up sitting in silence. But the truth is, you can give yourself so much of what you've been waiting for. What if, just for today, you treated yourself the way you wish a good friend would treat you? Maybe you make yourself a nice breakfast and sit outside for a few quiet minutes. Maybe you speak kindly to yourself instead of replaying the same old criticisms. Maybe you take yourself out for a walk and actually notice the birds, the breeze, the smell of fresh air. You don't need someone else to make that moment special. You can do it for you. And when you begin to show yourself love and attention, something powerful happens. You stop needing others to do it. You become the source of your own joy. It's freeing, and honestly, it's beautiful. Now that brings us to another mindset shift that changes everything. And it's this: stop comparing your life to the highlight reel of others. Especially today, with social media everywhere, it's so easy to look at photos of smiling families, group vacations, birthday parties, and think, why don't I have that? But what those pictures don't show you is the full story. The arguments, the disappointments, the loneliness that can exist even in a crowd. Just because someone seems surrounded doesn't mean they feel truly connected. And just because you're alone doesn't mean you're unhappy. Think about this. You have time to reflect, to read, to learn new things, to enjoy your own rhythm. That's something many people envy but never admit. What if your life, just as it is, holds a kind of richness that others never get to experience because they're too busy chasing after noise and distraction? When you stop comparing, you start appreciating. You notice the comfort of your morning routine, the way the light falls through the window, the way a familiar song brings back a memory that no one else knows but you. Those little things become treasures, and they're yours. Now that we've laid the groundwork with those first shifts, learning to give yourself love and letting go of comparison, let's keep moving. Because there's another important perspective that can transform. The way you feel about being alone is not the same as being lonely. This is such an important distinction, yet it gets overlooked all the time. We're told that if you're not constantly surrounded by friends or family, something must be wrong, that you must be sad or missing out or somehow less than. But that's just not true. Some of the happiest, most peaceful people you'll ever meet spend a lot of time alone. Why? Because they've learned how to enjoy their own company. They're not afraid of silence. In fact, they welcome it. There's a quiet strength that comes from being okay with your own presence. Imagine this. You're sitting in your favorite chair, sipping tea, no TV on, no phone buzzing, just you and your thoughts. Maybe a breeze through the window, maybe the ticking of a clock. And instead of feeling restless or lonely, you feel calm, safe, rooted. That kind of peace doesn't come from being with people, it comes from being with yourself. Once you stop fighting solitude and start embracing it, a whole new world opens up, and you don't have to sit in meditation or do anything complicated to experience it. Just find moments throughout your day to pause, breathe, and be. That's all. Start to notice what makes you feel grounded. Maybe it's watering your plants, folding laundry slowly and mindfully, or taking a short walk without music or podcasts in your ears. When you lean into those quiet, simple moments, they begin to fill you up in a way that noise and busyness never could. Now, here's another shift that often surprises people. It's the idea that your value doesn't shrink just because your social circle has. Let that sink in for a moment. You are still valuable, still wise, still needed, even if there's no one calling you today or inviting you to lunch this weekend. Your worth has nothing to do with the number of people who text you. It's about who you are, what you've lived through, the lessons you carry, the way you see the world after all these years. You have experiences that could help someone younger navigate a tough time. You have memories that hold meaning. You've survived things that others couldn't even imagine. That is not just valuable. It's sacred. Don't let the world convince you that being quieter or more solitary makes you invisible. It doesn't. You still matter. Even if your voice isn't loud, even if no one says it out loud today. The way you treat the cashier at the store, the way you smile at a stranger on your walk, the way you care for yourself, all of that is part of the impact you make. Quiet influence is still influence. So when the thought creeps in that says, "I'm alone, so I must not be important," push back. Say, "Actually, I'm alone, and I still bring value to the world." That simple mindset shift changes how you carry yourself. You walk a little taller. You feel a little more grounded. You stop shrinking and start showing up for your life as it is, not as it used to be. And this leads beautifully into the next powerful realization, one that creates so much freedom. It's the realization that your happiness doesn't have to depend on what's missing. It can grow from what's already here. For many of us, it's easy to look back and remember the busy days, family dinners, co-workers, holiday gatherings, phone calls that came in without us having to chase them. And when those things fade, it can feel like life has shrunk, like the colors have dimmed. But here's the truth. What's in front of you right now still holds beauty. The trick is to see it differently. Instead of focusing on who's no longer calling or what invitations no longer arrive, shift your attention to what is happening. Maybe you have more time to care for your body, to stretch in the morning, to breathe deeply without rushing. Maybe you can read books you never had time for, or tend to a garden, or discover something entirely new, something just for you, with no one else's approval or expectations weighing it down. There is so much freedom in that. Happiness, especially at this stage of life, isn't about chasing excitement. It's about finding meaning. And meaning is all around you, in small acts of care, in quiet routines, in your ability to choose how you spend your time. You're not waiting on anyone else's schedule anymore. That's a gift. You can wake up and decide, today I'm going to move slowly and that's okay. Or, today I'm going to try something new. And here's the wonderful part. Even just trying, no matter how small, lights something up inside you. You don't need a big group to find joy. You just need a reason to feel alive. For some, it's learning something new, like how to use a new app or trying your hand at watercolor. For others, it's writing letters, journaling, baking something. comforting, or talking to a neighbor during a morning walk. Whatever it is, your joy doesn't come from who joins you. It comes from what you give to the moment. And maybe that's the mindset shift that brings everything together. Joy isn't out there, waiting to be found. It's already within you. It just needs a little attention, a little space, and your willingness to notice it. The world moves fast and loud, but you don't have to. You can move at your own pace, in your own quiet power, and still experience deep happiness. So take a deep breath. Really feel it. That breath is yours. That moment is yours. And you are enough, exactly as you are. You don't need more people to make your life meaningful. You just need to believe that the life you have right now is worthy of your love and attention. Thank you for spending this time with me. And if something here resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Maybe share one small thing you do that brings you joy, even on the quiet days. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more conversations like this, gentle reminders that it's never too late to feel good, to feel seen, and to feel whole. Here's to living your most peaceful, joyful life, no matter who's by your side, because happiness doesn't come from the crowd, it comes from within you.